What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Friday Night Live on the Self-Made Sports Network, brought to you by Self-Made, the label music, and presented as always by Hybrid Promotions. I am Slim with my boy JT as always, and then of course with my brother tonight, Young Bakes. How y'all brothers doing?
I've been better, but not too bad.
So
I'm doing pretty good.
Let's go ahead and jump right into it. JT, you have the floor. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about tonight? You were there, first person. You got to witness it. So
The Eric Henderson era continues to be off to a rocky start. Drake lost its second consecutive Division I home game. Obviously, they played Simpson on Monday and managed to win. So Eric Henderson has yet to win a Division I game outside the state of South Dakota this year, and it's just tough. I mean, SIU Edwardsville, it's an up and coming kind of low major Ohio Valley Conference program. They got a good coach in Brian Barone, but it's just kind of the same old story that you've seen from Drake this year. It's only been a couple of games, but it feels like the same old story. Just getting off to a terrible start. I think kind of the ugliest the score got was SIU got off to an 18-5 lead. At some point, it eventually got to a 15-point lead. But Drake came back. They came back in the second half. They got up by much as 7, which is very similar all around to what they did to Robert Morris. But I guess maybe the story is just that they have to spend so much of their energy coming back that they just haven't been able to maintain that lead and pull away and put away an inferior opponent. It's just tough. I mean, so obviously we're not used to seeing Drake lose at home. I could probably count on one hand how many times I've seen Drake lose at home in the past 5 or 6 years, and I've seen it twice in a week. And I guess it's just trying my best to manage my emotions and expectations, because ultimately, it's a brand new team. They're still trying to get it together, trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, trying to give them some time to gel. It's clear that they're still having trouble gelling. And ultimately, when you're a mid-major basketball team, unless you're like an elite level mid-major basketball team, your non-conference record doesn't really matter unless you're looking for an at-large bid, which 95% of mid-major teams, maybe even more, are not in the running for an at-large bid. And really it just comes down to what you do in conference. So that gives you some hope that hopefully Drake can right the ship come Valley time. But at the end of the day, it's just really demoralizing for a fan base to have to go through these losses. You could feel the weight of these losses on the fan base. That's kind of where it sits right now. There's no reprieve in Drake's schedule. They have to go on the road, play the College of Charleston, and then they have to play LSU in their multi-team event. It's not going to get a whole lot easier. Let me see what their exact. Well, next Friday they play Buena Vista, so I'd like to think they can pull that one out. But if you take that game out, they play at Charleston on Monday, then they play against LSU in the Emerald Coast Classic, and then I think that's a 2-game event, so they might play another pretty good team after that. So that's kind of my spiel. And we don't need to get too much in depth on that, just because it's been kind of the same story, and we'll just kind of keep an eye on how that progresses. Kind of one sub storyline to this is just the Missouri Valley Conference overall has been taking an ass kicking. Bradley lost to UT Martin, Tennessee Martin, a couple of days ago, so it's going to be interesting to see. So yeah, I guess just a tough loss, not used to it, but just trying my best to see the forest through the trees, and hopefully Eric Henderson can ride the ship.
I guess the one thing I want to say on that before we move on is you said that it doesn't, for a mid-major, such as Drake, it doesn't really matter what you do in the non-conference because ultimately it comes down to what you do in the conference. It was pretty evident last year when they won 30 games and there was still the conversation going into Selection Sunday as if they would have lost in the conference championship game, whether or not they would be in. So,
and they probably wouldn't have when
which is
that field
crazy to
got
think
released.
about.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. When you look at the overall seating, they probably would not have been in, which is absolutely absurd. So
What more can you
yeah,
do?
right,
You
exactly.
know, what more can you do?
What more can you do? But yeah, it's kind of the life of a mid-major team where your non-conference schedule is more or less the preseason, and it all just comes down to your conference play, and even further than that, it just comes down to your conference tournament. Really, it's one weekend in March where you got to get hot. That's the beautiful thing about college basketball that college football has not been able to replicate. Even if Drake loses every single game from now until Arch Madness, if they win those, at that point it would be 4 games. If they win those four consecutive games, they're going to be a 16 seed in the NCAA tournament. So that's kind of the beautiful thing of college basketball is that you always have, no matter how shitty your team is, you always have that little bit of hope because it all just comes down to one weekend in March. If you get hot, you're golden. So,
Bakes, you got anything you want to add on that?
Shout out to Hybrid Promotions. So we got him in the chat.
Yeah, I
Got him
see
in the
that.
chat.
I threw him up there. I'll throw him up there again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What up, gang?
I look for Drake to bounce back in their next matchup. I truly feel you guys are well coached. Like you said, guys don't typically lose home games. It's an unfortunate mishaps, but I look forward to you guys bouncing back, having a good season.
I hope so.
All right, boys. So this is technically the preseason top 25 for college basketball. I know it says October 13th, but we all know the season doesn't really start until Feast Week. So hey, shout out to Justin Strawstone. I see he's down here in the chat right now. I'm pulling him up. Where'd everybody go? Let me pull y'all
Yes,
back
yes.
up.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Hey, trying to learn.
Shout out to Strawstone.
Yes,
Nice
sir.
Enough Entertainment.
So taking a look here at the preseason top 25. I know it says it's a little dated up top, but that's kind of not really important. Like I said, I know you guys could hear me. I couldn't hear what you said, but it doesn't really matter until Feast Week and kind of who you play then. Is there anyone that kind of sets itself apart as you look at this between either of you? Maybe someone who shouldn't be where they are, or maybe someone who's a little underrated.
That's a good call. I mean, I guess just kind of. I hadn't seen this graphic before. My first reaction is Michigan at number 7. Obviously, they have it's his first. I forget the name of the guy that was at Louisville. Dusty May. Dusty May's first year at Michigan. I guess I don't know anything about
Tuesday night.
Did they? Yeah. So I guess that kind of goes to my point, where basically, if you go to that list, I think if you go from 1 to 25, the first team that has a first year head coach is Michigan. There, I believe. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure BYU's coach is a first year head coach too. I think they went kind of the same.
No, it's I believe it's his second year because they had Mark Pope and Mark Pope is in his second year at Kentucky, and then yeah, so yeah, I guess that's the team that I see first is Michigan. They seem like they could be a little high. I think they have a little bit to prove considering they've got the first year head coach.
I think UCLA is a little high. I think Duke is right where they need to be. They got the Boozer twins. They look like they're going to be cleaning up the glass and doing all the dirty work for the Blue Devils this year. let's see, Houston. They've been very, very consistent over the last few years. UConn, they're kind of like a hidden gem. Couple even years after winning the national championship a few years back. I see Kentucky is in there in the top 10. I just think UCLA is a little high, maybe Arizona a little high.
Yeah, I think that's a good call with UCLA. Obviously, UCLA is kind of in a tumultuous time with their entire athletic department. And, Mick Cronin has had such a strange relationship with that athletic department. There's always rumors.
God, he's still their coach.
Yeah, I believe he's still their coach.
Oh,
and yeah, there's always been rumors that Cronin's been trying to get out of town, but it's just the buyout situation hasn't been working. So yeah, I think that's a good call with UCLA, just because I don't think they really have a coach who wants to be there. And obviously just UCLA as a whole, their athletic department's a mess. I don't, it's not related to basketball, but Josh, you and I were talking a little bit about the situation where they're trying to get out of their Rose Bowl lease and trying to get to SoFi Stadium, and how much money that's going to cost them. And it appears there's going to be quite the legal battle associated with that as well. So I think that's a good call with UCLA. I don't know what they've been look like to start the season, but I would agree with that.
They I don't know if you listened to last night's Two Guys, but they made a good point of they should probably just rather go play in like the soccer stadium as far as UCLA football goes. Rather than moving to SoFi, they just need a small little, a little more intimate setting where tickets become a high demand, and then you have fans willing to come out and travel and see the games rather than I don't want to sit in 80,000. Well, first of all, you got to drive 45 minutes to get there from any direction. So why would I want to pay $80 to go sit around 15 people? So I think if
UCLA is actually playing right now, they're playing Arizona, so that's a big matchup there on Peacock. I'm gonna flip that on.
Yeah, I got Michigan versus TCU right now, tied up at 35.
Oregon's pulling away from Minnesota as we speak, with a flag on the play. But I think go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, just kind of rounding things out, kind of looking at the other teams. I mean, it's a bit interesting to see Kansas that low. I think they've certainly earned that low rating. You got to think at some point it's going to be it for Bill Self. You see Auburn on that list. They obviously had the very late coaching change with Bruce Pearl, handing
we could
the
say
reins
that for
over.
another day. Very suspicious in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of becoming a trend.
2 weeks before the season, like something's going on, and you're about to step out before you have to step in the shit.
Yeah, and really what I think it comes down to is because you saw it with Virginia last year with Tony Bennett. I think I don't necessarily if it's the coach leaving under strange circumstances. It's just more handcuffing your athletic department and forcing your athletic director to give the job to your associate head coach, because you really have no other option at that point but to give the gig to the next guy in line. So I think that's what that comes down to. But yes, it's very shady.
True.
It's not
I guess I didn't think about
very
that.
fair to the players, and obviously it's even more sketchy in Auburn's case because it's literally giving the job to his son, Stephen. I believe his name is Stephen Pearl.
How'd that work out for Oklahoma State about 15, 20 years ago?
Nepotism, huh?
Yeah, nepotism.
Oh man, don't even get this guy started on that.
Well, it's good to see Creighton. It's good to see Creighton in the top 25.
They got their ass whooped on Tuesday night. They lost by almost 30 to Gonzaga.
Really? It happens.
Yes.
Yeah, 30 to Gonzaga is pretty serious.
BYU was losing to Delaware until about 15 minutes to go in the second half. They were down by as many as 15 to them at one point, I believe, in the first half.
And I really think it's just I've talked a lot about how Drake is going through this, but like with NIL and with NIL and the transfer portal, a lot of these really good, really talented teams are having to gel, and that's why the scores that you see in November are going to be vastly different from the scores that you see in March. And that's always been the case, but I think it's going to be even more so because you look at a team like BYU that's this highly loaded, highly paid, NIL heavy team, but they're having their struggle because no matter how good at the game of basketball you are, you still have to gel with your teammates, and you have to be a good teammate, and you have to have that chemistry and that culture. And it's just going to get tougher for these coaches to instill that culture. I'm certainly seeing it firsthand. So I think that's just something interesting to keep an eye on. Is while it's interesting to see these upsets, you probably can't really count on it. Count on like BYU struggling the rest of the year. Obviously, they're going to.
No, absolutely not. Especially with the way Debansa's kind of come out and shown spurts of electricity. Like, honestly, BYU is probably a team I don't want to see. Late February, early March, or even late in the tournament. They just seem to have all the intangibles of a team that could really put it together late. I mean, yeah, obviously you see the dysfunction now, but like you said, they're bringing in 4 new guys. They got a freshman that is probably only going to play a year. I mean, if we're being honest, he is probably the number 1 draft pick right now next season in the NBA. So
he's looking really nice.
He's
looking really nice out there.
He looks like a guy that's accumulating himself or acclimating himself to the athletes he's around. JT, we had big hopes for like a Omaha Blue 3 or 4 years ago, and it didn't work out at Iowa State, and you kind of thought, okay, maybe he'll go somewhere else and he'll figure it out. Well, he's 2 years in at Wake Forest now, and he can barely see the floor. So I think there's a lot to be said with
or
how
Xavier
guys,
Foster.
Oh man, it
is kind of crazy that the two. I would assume those are the 2 most highly touted recruits that Iowa State has ever gotten, and they've been absolute duds.
Yeah, I look at it as high school. What was his coach? What kind of plays were they running? Was he good at running plays? Was he good at learning plays?
That was the whole thing.
Running the offense.
Blue at Waukee, they never ran a play. They just gave it to him, and it was do it to him, cuz ball. Like, that's all they did. And
the thing about
high school
Blue
Giannis
is that didn't he go to a different high school every single year of his? Because he was
I think he went to Northwest Waukee those last 2 years.
Because he was at Waukee, then he transferred out of state, and then
did he go to Valley?
That's what I don't know if I might be confusing him with Peter Jock, but I was thinking
yes,
that too.
I think you are. I'm pretty sure Blue played because his senior year he had that windmill dunk. Or that whatever he did.
Oh, that's right.
That crazy stuff, which made you think he was the next man up.
Oh, that's right. He played at Dowling for a year.
Josh, it sounds like you're using auto-tune tonight.
Oh, really? I might be getting
a little bit.
Let me turn it down a little bit. That better?
Yes, sir.
I'm going no pop screen tonight, so we're trying something different.
All right.
Omaha Blue did not play consecutive years at a high school. So his freshman year he played at Dowling. His sophomore year he played at Waukee. His junior year he played at Link Year in Phoenix, Arizona, and then his senior year he came back to Waukee. So he did play 2 years at Waukee, but they were non-consecutive years. So that can't be good for good for kids.
Yep, that's a lot. That's a lot of red flags, to be honest with you. They should have known. All right, well, let's. Anyone got anything left they want to say on this top 25 here? Can we go ahead and move on to the next order of business here?
We can go ahead and move on.
Yep.
All right, Bakes, you're gonna take the forefront here. Give us your stump spiel about this. Hold on.
I look at my ocean.
There we go.
All right. Well, Nebraska 3-0, all home wins. Seems like we got a solid program. Will we make the big dance? We're always on the fence. We seem to blow it in areas where we're right in that conversation and we just can't get over the hump. This year we got some experience. Price Sanford, guy out of Waukee.
Yeah.
He's putting up 14 points
Yes.
a game. Also grabbing 4 boards.
Former Iowa boy,
Uh,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, he is Waukee.
That's right.
Then we got Mast. He's from the Netherlands. He's more or less like poor man's Jokic out there. He's a great rebounder. He just had a triple double a couple nights ago. He's averaging 8 boards, 11 points a game. Then we got Hoiberg out there, 7 points a game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Um, it's just good to see us come out hot. You know what I'm saying? Snatch up a couple wins early. We got some games coming up here pretty soon. I think tomorrow we play Oklahoma, so that'll be interesting to see if we can get that done.
Is that at home?
Yes, it is. It's at home, and then we got New Mexico on the 20th of November. So it's going to be a season where we really like set ourselves apart from the last few seasons. I would like to see us in the big dance. Can we get there? It's really up to the players. Hoiberg's running a good system. We got Bryce in the chat. We got Spence in the chat.
Shout out Strawstone as always.
Always.
Man.
But yeah, back to Nebraska. Like I said, I'm just looking for some consistency. I'm looking for us to get a couple tough wins, and hopefully we can get to the big dance this year.
Yeah, I know that Nebraska has some talent. I'm pretty familiar with that Rink Mass guy. He played at Bradley for a couple of years, so he's a legit big man. And obviously, we're very familiar with Price Sanford as well. I didn't get quite the chance to shine at Iowa with his older brother taking a lot of the spotlight, but certainly has the pedigree to be a really good player. So it's nice to see that it sounds like he's doing well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I really
That's
like.
all I really got for Nebraska.
I was just gonna
Sorry,
sum it up
Josh,
with I really like what Hoiberg's doing. I feel like he's finally kind of getting his freedom, to kind of do his own thing. I know it was kind of touch and go there for a while whether or not he was going to be able to keep his job, but he enjoys where he's at, and he's good for Nebraska basketball as far as his character and his. I mean, you just can't hate the guy no matter what. I know he coached at Iowa State for a number of years, left us for the NBA, and came back. And I could never be mad at the guy. So, I mean, that's
true.
The only thing I want to see is him succeed. So that's kind of really the only thing I hope for at this point.
Yeah, he does a real good job using the portal. Not sure how much we're spending on NIL for these guys, but he seems to have the right formula to go out and get talent when we need it, to go out there and get experience, guys who really know the game. It's kind of proven themselves at other programs. So,
and he's been doing this portal thing longer than just about anybody. I know that a lot of people credit.
He was the pioneer. He was
a lot of people credit
portal.
A lot of people credit Fred
Pioneer of the
Hoiberg
portal.
for kind of being the first guy to really put a team together using the transfer portal. When he brought in guys like Corey Lucius, Chris Allen, Chris Babb.
I don't want to say his name, but I'll just say number 30 was the OG portal. Was the OG portal kid? But that's all.
Highway 30. So
yeah.
So Fred certainly knows what he's doing. Obviously, the game has caught up to him a little bit in that regard. Hard not to, but he certainly knows what he's doing, and I know he's a very attractive coach to play for because he has a lot of NBA connections. Obviously, he spent some time in the Minnesota Timberwolves front office, and I know that's something that's always been alluring to young recruits is having a guy that has those NBA contacts.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bex, you want to put a bow on it, give it a kiss real quick, or you want to go ahead and move on?
We can go ahead. We go ahead and move on. We got a couple more topics we need to get through.
Yep. All right. So y'all got to bear with me for a second, but we'll make it happen.
All right.
Oh shit, that worked out pretty good. How about that, huh?
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
All right. So the first thing I want to point out to you guys, if you didn't notice, it kind of caught my eye by attention. Both of the other starting lineups that we threw up tonight that said starting lineups. Iowa State
Mine
has,
said prediction.
right, prediction, but it had the word starting in it. Iowa State has opted to go with a first five this year. I noticed that in the JT in the rundown that we threw up, or the quick little program that we threw up on Monday night, is they no longer call it the starting lineup; they just call it the first five. So I
That's
almost kind of
call. I didn't notice that.
I almost kind of wonder if TJ has abolished calling yourself a starter and you're going to start when we need you to start, and everyone is basically positionless.
That 100% sounds like TJ Otzelberger propaganda. That's something he would do.
And I'm all for it. Like, I'm not.
I'm all for it too.
I'm not for it. I it was just something that kind of caught my eye. I seen it on Monday night, and then I saw this tonight as I pulled it up, and it kind of really took me by surprise. And this was indeed the starting five we seen on Monday night. These were the guys. JT, I'm going to let you go ahead and get into it here while I try and pull up some graphics for us. Why don't you tell them about what we experienced in Sioux Falls?
So I think it's safe to say that we had a really good time in Sioux Falls at the Sanford Pentagon. Really just an incredibly unique environment. A 3,200 seat arena, jam packed with Iowa State fans, incredibly loud, incredible college basketball environment. And I think it's safe to say that the game.
Oh, what just happened?
Okay, there we go.
There we go. My bad.
So basically, the game didn't go how we thought it would, but I certainly mean that in a good way. I think we thought it would kind of be a knockdown, drag out battle, but Iowa State came out on fire with their hair on fire. They put it to Mississippi State. Mississippi State was not ready for that environment, and it was ended up being a very high scoring affair, which is not something that we expected. And really, I think the most impressive part of it is that Iowa State really put it to an SEC basketball team without two of their best players being a major contributor. In the first half, Joshua Jefferson was in some foul trouble, so he really didn't play a whole lot. And then in the second half, Milan Momcilovic didn't really play a whole lot. I don't really know why he wasn't hurt. I think it was just more of an effectiveness thing. TJ kind of punting on that game for Momcilovic. So it was a really good time, a really fun arena. This is something that I thought was kind of interesting. One of my coworkers pointed it out to me. Is that, Josh, I don't know if you noticed, but the Sanford Pentagon, they really kind of painted out to be this historic basketball arena.
Don't get me started on this. Go ahead.
There's the parquet floor, and they have this really old-fashioned looking time clock overhead. The arena was built in 2013.
I got good pictures of that. Hey, you know what? I know where you're going with this. I'll let you finish it.
I think I guess it's credit to that arena where they really painted out to be this historic arena, but it was built in 2013. I just think it's kind of funny how they've kind of scammed people into thinking that, and God bless them. That's just an aside. I don't know if we wanted to build on that, so Josh, I'll throw it back to you if you want to talk about the game, if you want to talk about the arena.
Yeah. So I would like to build on your propaganda here. So the Stanford Pentagon opened in 2013, right?
Uh-huh.
The movie Semi-Pro came out in the year 2008. And I know I looked at you a couple times and I was like, this gives me real Semi-Pro vibes. Like
Yeah,
it would have been really nice to
the
see call a TV timeout real quick and then brawl on the floor. I mean that was kind of the environment you felt like you were in. It was very intimate. It was definitely a crowd or a family friendly crowd. So
Yeah.
JT can attest I behaved beyond probably what the normal expected amount was.
Yeah,
For
I
the
don't think the
most part.
mothers, the mothers and children around us weren't really a big fan of Josh, but that's really nothing new.
Hey, you know, hey,
Josh shutting it down in every city he goes to.
the older couple with the boyfriend and girlfriend behind me, they had a good
They
time.
seemed pretty chill. Yeah, they seemed pretty chill.
They were more high speed.
It was the families in front of us that weren't really a big fan of you. I think Josh, said "son of a bitch" at some point, and the kid just turned around.
He
he had killed somebody.
Hey,
he
come on,
kept staring at you. So
come on.
yeah, I mean, it was loud, but yeah, it wasn't really a rowdy crowd, but it was still a fun environment nonetheless.
No, it was a great crowd. There was probably in a crowd of about 3,500 people, there was maybe 37 Mississippi State fans in that entire crowd, and a good portion of that could have been moms and dads.
Yeah,
but it was a great crowd nonetheless.
And
it was a good time.
To the fine folks at the Grand Falls Casino and Resort. I think we enjoyed our time.
Absolutely,
our brief time there. I
thought I saw some snow on the ground out there.
Yeah, yes. That was the depressing part. There was obviously Northwest Iowa got hit relatively hard for November.
Yeah,
snow and because of the temps, it was still there. But yeah, we had a good time at that casino. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's a really nice casino. They kind of got everything that you need there, and I enjoyed taking their money at the blackjack table.
Awesome.
Yeah, he took their money and they took my money, so it kind of worked out.
Circle of life.
Yeah, that run in the morning was something else, man. I just sat down and blackjack right off the bat.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. You should have bought one of them blankets. All right, yeah, I ain't got nothing else on the Clones. Obviously they play Stoner City College or whatever the hell you want to call them. Basically a bye week coming into the holidays, so we'll go ahead and give that a break. Other than that, JT, want to put a bow on top of it, or you ready to move on to this CFP top 25?
I think we're ready to move on. Certainly we'll have more opportunities to talk Clones. So yeah, we'll put that to bed for now.
All right. Well, so this is the latest poll that just came out on a Tuesday this week. Once again, I guess at first glance, does anything pop out other than, the top 7 or the top 8 being pretty stagnant for the most part?
Absolute horseshit that Iowa is still in the
I knew it was coming. Let's get into it.
Done a goddamn thing in this season. Their best win is against, PJ Fleck, who isn't shit. Like congratulations on losing to Oregon by only 2. We're gonna keep you in the rankings. It's ridiculous. It's a travesty. It's a crime. There should be an investigation as to why Iowa is still ranked in the top 25 in the college football playoffs, and hopefully USC absolutely crushes them this weekend. But we'll see what happens. It doesn't really matter anyway.
Bakes.
I'm interested in Virginia just scratching their way into relevance. It's actually pretty nice to see. Actually, they have a former Husker quarterback who was on an amazing scramble last weekend.
I don't want to talk about former Husker.
I don't want to talk about
amazing scrambles. Can we move on from that? I feel you, but can we move on from that?
Back-to-back scrambles from former Huskers. That's nice.
Freaking Jeff Sims.
Oh my
Heisman Trophy finalist.
Hey,
Jeff
you could,
Sims.
hey, JT, if you lived in Omaha at one point, you could have got the Jeff Sims Amigos meal.
Oh, okay.
That's very true. As soon as he signed with the Huskers, he got a Migos meal.
I think I've had enough of Jeff Sims for one lifetime.
And then
Oh,
he got injured, and then he got benched, and then he transferred. And yeah,
then he was
I guess he
never
got
good, and then he ran all over Iowa State on a shitty Saturday afternoon.
well, he can't throw the ball very, very efficiently. So,
Yeah,
but
we know this.
he's
Yeah,
he's
we
a great
know
athlete overall. So,
So somebody didn't
JT,
tell that to John Haycock.
JT, that might have been the longest 11 or 12 seconds of my entire life. As soon as he broke that run and you knew no one was going to catch him, like you couldn't even watch the play. You look away and you look back and he's still got 30 yards to go. And it's like,
I mean, for fuck's sake, Carson Hansen can't break away, from the pack, but Jeff Sims can go 90 yards. I just don't.
Well, when you run a contain 3 blitz, you're he gets past 10 yards. You're kind of hit.
Back to this top 25 list.
Yeah.
Indiana, like I'm very, very impressed. They almost lost last week. An amazing reception in the fourth quarter.
Yes,
got him the victory.
What was his name?
I don't know, but what I tell you is that was one of the best plays I've seen all year. Like it was clutch. Clutch Gene is up on Indiana, but will they be in the top 5 here in a few weeks? Can they maintain and stay undefeated?
Omar Cooper Jr. was old boy's name.
Omar Cooper Jr. It's always the juniors.
It always is the juniors. I think Indiana is solidly in, and I think they're a team I really don't want to play right now. If I had to play anybody, I think I'd rather not play Indiana because they seem to have kind of like that stupid luck streak with them where.
Well, not even that. It's just like they believe in their coach. Their coach is crazy enough to get these guys together. Yeah.
True.
They will lay it on the line for him, like straight up.
Hold on, my mom is texting me. You guys
shout out to moms.
Yeah, shout out Mama Roberts.
JT, what do you see on this top 25?
No, I think it's a good call with Indiana. I think Kirk Cignetti's a hell of a leader. He does a really good job of kind of not letting some of the hype or some of the cards be stacked against his team. There's a kind of a viral moment in his pregame interview where the interviewer kind of talked about how Indiana had never won at Penn State, and Kirk Cignetti said this team has never played at Penn State.
At Penn State,
and it's a really interesting point because
he's a soundbite maniac, bro.
Yeah,
like he really is.
It's a good point because like you like to stack these historical stats against teams like Indiana has never won at Penn State, but like those are completely different teams.
Exactly.
So it's kind of interesting point, and I think Kirk Cignetti is a real one for that to point that out.
Yeah, to kind of build on that, it's like a culture change. We've watched it for the last 10 years at Iowa State where, going into that Arizona State game, I had a Facebook message, that I had put out, or a Facebook post, I guess, in 2009. 5-3 was like something to celebrate and something big. And going into that game, they were 5-3, and it's like 5-3 seems like the end of the world. And then they lost the game, and then it really seems like it's the end of the world. So it kind of really comes down to a culture change and making everyone believe that the standard can be raised. It's college football is not what it was 15 years ago. College football is not what it was 10 years ago. It's a completely different beast now, and the teams that succeed are going to be the teams with coaches and systems in place to bring in guys to fit into a system that want to win. You could pay all these guys all the money in the world, and you could put a team together that costs $100 million. But at the end of the day, if all they care about is themselves, you're never going to be a team. And the one thing that doesn't change about this is football is a team sport. And it will always be a team sport. There's 30 guys that got to play every week. So it don't matter what the one guy does if 29 other guys don't carry their weight.
Yeah, that's perfectly said. It goes back to how difficult it is to gel as a team in this college athletics environment.
Well, I ain't got much else on them. That was kind of my big crescendo on that. Let's go ahead. Let's see if I can not fuck this up. I'm gonna bring in our man in waiting here, Mr. Hybrid himself.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Mr. Spencer.
What's up, man?
Is my mic
What's
working?
up, Spence?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yes, sir.
Just chilling, hanging out, playing some games, healing up from
Turn
this
the volume down
from my,
just
from my
there.
club.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if I can, but
There you go. There you go. Pull it away. There you go.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
how you guys
All
doing?
right. Well, how you doing, brother? How you feeling after the big procedure?
Doing pretty good. A little loopy off all the drugs they gave me, but I mean I'm doing all right. Healing quick.
I'm waiting for the morphine overloads.
He said healing quick. He just had surgery
All right.
yesterday. Healing
Right.
quick, speedy recovery.
I got like
out there next week.
a month.
Good
and a
vibes
half
only.
left. Right, good vibes, man.
Good vibes only.
Right. But yeah, I believe I'm here to talk about a show we have coming up in December, on December 11th.
Oh no, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that yet.
We're not gonna. I wasn't gonna give any real information.
Oh, I don't have a poster, but if you want to talk about it, you got permission
Yeah.
for it. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we have a team of promoters coming together. I can't give names yet. It'll all be announced very soon. There's about 7 businesses coming together, but we're doing a charity thing for the community here in Omaha. We each chose our own separate charity, and there's going to be multiple artists involved. So I think that'll be a good time. I think it'll be released within a few days. I'm pretty sure. So, but I just wanted to get that out there before we moved on.
Absolutely. I'm gonna kind of let you two take the forefront on this, and then we'll kind of get into some big news for the podcast here after this. But Bakes, I'm gonna give you the floor, and then I'm gonna let you two talk, and me and JT are gonna sit back.
All right. I got a new single coming out November 25th with my brother Jesse James. He's also my producer, one of my best friends. We got a song called In the Grave coming out. I think everybody's gonna like it. You get to see a different side of me, different kind of bars, different wave of songs. So I'm excited to get this put out and just see everyone's reaction.
Right. It's a very great song. I mean, I'm excited to see what everyone thinks about it.
Most definitely. A lot of hard work was put into the song.
Let's put into that.
No, I mean,
You said-
Vic pretty much covered it. I mean,
I'm just gonna use it, bro.
I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, I like the way you think. All right, gentlemen. So, big unveiling tonight. Took a couple attempts to get it out, but we have a new logo for
Nice.
for the pod
Beautiful.
tonight.
It's looking clean.
It looks great. Any early thoughts from anybody on this? We didn't got to spend too much time on this.
No, I can see. I can see making a couple shirts for you guys to rock with this label on for the shows.
There you go.
Oh,
Most
hey,
definitely.
we can. Hey, Spence and Bakes. I have
Yes, sir.
news for you.
Okay.
All right.
Did you see that Lefties in Des Moines is closing?
Yes.
Saw that.
We
Yes.
were me and Vic were together earlier and we were talking about it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Sad
My
to
mom,
see.
my mom broke that news to me this morning. Do you guys have
Yeah.
any?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you guys have any insight on what's going on, or is it just kind of?
No, I don't know anything. All I saw was what people posted. I mean, they didn't really say why, but yeah.
JT,
It's
do you have
very
any? Do you have any insight on this, or?
No, I mean, I assume it's just kind of the same thing. I mean, you're kind of seeing these small music venues start to bite the dust. We saw the same thing with the
Right.
gas lamp in Des Moines. So I like I said, I don't know the details. I can only assume it's just kind of the same stuff.
Right.
It's kind of a consolidation. It's sad to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
We're
Yeah.
That's an
for
institution.
lefties. That I mean, we had a lot of good memories there. So
Most definitely.
Right.
for sure.
Yeah, I was
gonna
only
be,
there a few times, but I mean, the times I were there was always a great time. So hold those memories dear.
No, absolutely,
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
Right.
It was.
Shout out to AJ the Dread. He
Right.
most definitely brought us out there a couple different times on a couple of his tours and
On the
whatnot. And
astronaut
so,
tour. Shout out the astronaut
Yeah.
tour.
Right.
yes,
Right.
sir.
Yeah, I love you, brother. Appreciate that for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull myself off the screen.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't think you remember that when you pull
Yeah, we
yourself up,
can't hear
we
him.
can't hear you.
Well, I
Yeah.
could.
there should be a way to
I-
take me out the
You-
screen if you can't hear me. That's all right.
Yeah.
We could talk about. We don't have any artwork or anything for it, but of course, after Vic and Jesse's release, I think we have another artist that we're gonna work on a release for in December some point. Brody One will have
Brody
an awesome
one. Yeah,
song
most
coming
definitely
out.
Brody one.
Brody One will have a song
shout
coming out.
out-
It'll be
shout out
it'll be
Brody.
a straight single song, so just a single, I believe, right?
Yep, back around.
Just him, right? Just him. So.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That'll come out Christmas sometime. We're excited to push that as well. So
Shout out Brody, man. We need to get him
Right.
on here. We need to get him on here at some
Yeah.
point. Get him
definitely.
on the pod.
Get Brody on the cast.
Right.
I know
All
that's
right.
right.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I can't pull myself off the screen and still hear myself in the background. So I got a little questionnaire I'm gonna put you guys
All right.
through here real quick.
Let's do it.
The first question I got for you is you gotta cut one center. And
Oof.
before anybody talks, I decided to do a little deep dive on these 6 fine gentlemen here. And I'm going to read off stat lines for all 6 of them real quick to make it 10 times harder for y'all. Y'all ready?
Because I do not know basketball. So
All right. So we got Shaquille O'Neal. I know he's looking like an Orlando Magic here, but we're just going to take these as careers in general. So we got Shaquille O'Neal. He played from 93 to 2011. That is 19 years. He averaged 23.7, almost 24 points a game, basically 11 rebounds, 2.5 assists, almost 2.5 blocks. He's a 15-time All-Star, a 4-time NBA champion, a 1-time MVP, and he's a Hall of Famer. So there's option 1. Option 2 is the Joker, Nikola Jokic. He came into the league in 2015, so that means he's been here for 11 years. He's currently averaging nearly 22 points a game, 21.9, 11 assists on the dot, 11 rebounds, 7.3 assists, and only less than a block a game. Now, he is a 7-time All-Star in his career. He's a 3-time MVP already, a 1-time champion, and he is active. I would assume when he gets done, he will be in the Hall of Fame. That is your second option. Your third option is Wilt Chamberlain. He played from 1960 to 1973. He averaged 30.1 points per game, 22.9 rebounds per game, 4.4 assists, was a 13-time All-Star, a 2-time champion, and a 4-time MVP. And of course, he made the Hall of Fame. Incredible, right?
Incredible.
We're only halfway through this list.
All
Your
right.
next option is Hakeem. He played from 85 to 02. JT, that kind of shocked me that he played all the way up until 02 because I don't remember him, but I know he was great. He averaged 21.8 points a game, 11.1 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 3.1 blocks. He's a 12-time All-Star, 2-time champion, 1-time MVP. Of course, he's a Hall of Famer. Now it gets interesting down to these last two with Kareem and Bill Russell. So Kareem played from 70 to 89. He averaged 24.6 points per game, 11.2 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 2.6 blocks. He's a 19-time All-Star. That record wasn't broken until our boy LBJ broke it a couple years ago. He's a 6-time champion and a 6-time MVP. I don't even got to say it. Let's move on to Russell. Now, this was the most intriguing to me. He played from 57 to 69. That's 13 years. He averaged 15.1 points per game, 22.5 rebounds, 4.3 assists. He's a 12-time All-Star, an 11-time champion, and a 5-time MVP. Gentlemen, the question that I have for you, cut one.
Yikes.
At this point, it's got to be Jokic. I was going to say Elijah Wan until you started spitting off his stats.
Right.
You got to look at it. He's only a one-time champ. Everybody over here has multiple championships. Jokic got to go. I hate to say it. It doesn't even sound right with me saying it right now, but yeah, he's got to go.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I agree. Right on the nail on the head.
You know, I was all for cutting Shaq after I seen Jokic's numbers, and then I was kind of on the between after I put down Wilt, and then I seen the last three numbers, and I was like, wait, what are we doing again? Like I forgot what the entire assignment was. We got to cut one of these guys. I don't want to cut any. Of them.
Right.
Is that a possibility? Like, can we just put together a team of centers?
Well, looking at Shaquille O'Neal, if he didn't, just accept checks like towards the end of his career, his points per game average would have been way higher.
Right.
He kind of
Yeah.
took a hit. He kind of took a hit on that because Shaq was most definitely the most dominant center that I've ever seen play basketball. I would say Wilt Chamberlain would be in that same tier, but there's no way we could cut Shaq out of this one at all. So
I think the one thing that stands out on this is that I don't have any block stats for Russell or Wilt because blocks did not exist till almost the 70s. So imagine what those block stats for those guys would have looked like, or maybe that was called a foul back in the 1940s or whenever the hell those dudes played. Like I don't know. Like it almost kind of makes you wonder if blocks were considered rebounds.
Right.
So if you have
That's a good call. I don't know how that would work.
if you have 5 blocks on top of your 17 rebounds, then you have 22 rebounds. Food for thought. Spence, who you cutting?
No, I agree. I agree. I don't know basketball too much, but just after listening to the stats and what you guys have had to say, I definitely agree.
We're all cutting Jokic.
Yeah.
unanimous decision.
Yep. He's just
hopefully he hears this so he can get his second ring we'll get some bulletin board material here.
And then we can claim that motivation spark, like we did that, right?
Right. Yeah. Sure. All right, gentlemen. Next question I got for y'all. Y'all got to rank these shoes. We can cut it down to make it a little more efficient, and everyone can pick their top.
God,
I got my top, but I don't like most of them.
JT would cop all of these. I don't know, and this dude he's looking at these.
Yeah,
right now. He would cop all of these.
Those are ugly as shit, man. Every single last one of them.
Yeah.
You don't like any of them?
I think the top for me would be the The Jaw 3
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like the only one that like looks like remotely
stands
like a
out,
shoe
right?
is the Jaw.
All
But
right,
what the
I'm
hell's
going
going on with
KD number
that
one.
Harden?
I got KD number one. I got the Ja 3 number two. Then I'm going with the LeBron 23. The Converse is the ugliest,
That Harden.
and the Anthony Edwards are ugly as well. The Harden is ugly. I'm only
I think
choosing
they
three
picked
shoes.
bad colorways. I think they picked bad colorways for these shoes.
Yeah, that
I
doesn't help. The color doesn't
I think
help.
I think if they would have put these in like more traditional team colors, I think a lot of these shoes would look a lot better, especially the AEs. Like, come on, bro,
Yeah.
what are you doing? These things look like it looks like a tongue is licking a mustache.
Well, Josh, you got the AE ones,
Those
so you
are
ain't
nice.
copping the AE twos.
Those are
So you ain't
nice.
copping the
Well,
AE
it
twos.
kind of looks like I'm trying to lick my mustache.
You
My mustache shoes? Are you kidding me?
You've only had that mustache for 3 years. That's interesting.
Yeah, no, I don't need to lick my mustache shoes.
Right.
the women pepper steppers.
All right.
I did see Matt Rule rocking those Hardens in a black and red color though.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Those would probably be all right in black and red. Like I said, the colorways are horrible on this. Whoever picked this colorway design for this graphic is they should probably pick another job.
And I also do know for a fact the Huskers were just given the AEs just the other day.
Oh, well, if you live in the Lincoln and Omaha area, check your local Goodwill for a pair of AE2s.
That's messed up, Roberts.
All right, gentlemen. One last thing, real quick. I don't know who was aware of this, but Steph Curry is leaving Under Armour.
How long has he been
JT,
there?
I know you're chronically online like me. I know you've seen the Centel posts. Can we turn this into a bigger conversation about Centel rather than Steph Curry leaving Under Armour? Because what the hell is going on?
Well, I actually think just straight up, I think it's kind of interesting. It'll see where he goes. I mean, I assume like Nike or Jordan's going to throw a bag at him. It was always kind of unique that such a high caliber player was with Under Armour. Obviously, Under Armour is not a typical basketball brand.
Stock
so
options.
It was always kind of strange. So
it was a stock option deal.
Yeah, Bakes, I want to get to you in a minute on your thoughts. I got a lot of questions for you. But go ahead, JT.
No, that's all I had. I just thought it was kind of interesting from the start, and I'm curious to hear what the rest of you guys have to say.
Bakes, what do you think is the main driver behind this? I have a couple theories myself, but you're kind of deeper into this than I am. So what do you think is going on that led to this decision here?
To be honest with you, I really don't know. I mean, he owns part of the company, so he's not at a loss no matter what. Technically, he doesn't even need another brand to carry on. He obviously gets to keep his logo, and he could really just run his own company at this point. But I think it was a stock option deal to begin with. I just think he's just ready to, maybe have a little more control over how he moves going forward. And there's nothing wrong with that. Me and Spence every day.
Right.
Yeah. Me and Spence talk every day about new ideas and how we could bring the community together with, different ideas on a daily basis. So I can see him just really wanting to do his own thing. And if he does sign with Nike, which they botched his pitch when he was going to resign, he was planning on signing with Nike. He gets there. They got a slideshow of Kevin Durant, and it's kind of distasteful. So that's what kind of pushed him to Under Armour in the first place. That and stock options. You really can't turn that down when someone's like, hey, you want to own part of our company and also have whatever shoe you want to make. And so, I mean, I can see why he's there, but I can also see why he's leaving. Under Armour, they've been in business for a long time.
Right.
They have a lot of featured athletes, but ultimately, I feel like the brand and the creativity is very, very basic and limited. So I don't know.
It
I
was
guess
a
that's my
lifetime.
take on it.
It was a lifetime. It was a lifetime deal, wasn't it?
Well, it was kind of like LeBron deal. You get all this freedom and you get ownership and whatnot. But I don't know, man. There's rumors that he may sign with Jordan. He's wearing
I
Kobe's. He's
so that
wearing
was
Kobe's as of today. So I mean,
yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Is do you think he's gonna? I mean, he's in what year 17? That'd be like LeBron leaving Nike at this point and going to like Puma. Like, do you think there's much value? And I'm not saying
Right.
he doesn't have a lot of value now. I'm just, is Steph Curry going to have value in 10 years compared, was Under Armour kind of under like, were they not making the shoes of the quality or the type that he wanted? Were they not meeting the standards that he thought they were supposed to meet? Is it kind of like he's gonna leave the deal he's in now to go off on his own venture and make his own company, or is it just like he just wants to get out of everything and just be done with it?
it's not like the Lonzo Ball situation where the big baller brand and you got these Fisher Price sneakers just selling for $700 a pop. I believe the sneakers were quality. I believe they had a good run together. Um, I wish I could tell you the exact reason why he left, but
Right.
Do you own a pair of Steph Curry's?
no. The only person sorry, the only person I do know who has a pair of Steph Curry's that is in my circle is my brother Andre. He's the only one. And Steph Curry is well known as probably the most famous light-skinned man in America. So I mean, I don't really see him doing wrong by making the decision he made. So
Yeah.
No,
I support him.
Gonna
In.
come out of it. Yeah.
I ain't got no
Yeah.
hate for nobody. I ain't got no hate for nobody. Go get your bag, brother. That's all I got to say about it.
What about you, Roberts? Have you ever owned a pair of Steph Curry's?
Oh, look, my mom. What? She
What up,
said. She said, "Good call, Vic."
Yeah,
I know that's
Listen,
right.
brother,
that's funny.
would
Shout
I
out
run
to
a
Beth
pair of
Roberts.
Currys? No, I would never buy a pair of Currys. I'd buy a pair of Kyrie's before I ever bought a pair of Currys.
Bryce said he had a pair of the Stephon Marbury's.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
The
Starberries?
Starberries? Oh no! What are those? What are those?
All right.
I was all about the Shaq shoes when I was a kid.
Yeah. Are you talking about the Reebok Shacks or like
With
The
Or
ones
like-
that you
or like
get
the
at
Duckmans.
The ones you get at Walmart.
the Duckmans?
If you still had
They're
a
like
pair
all
of those
black, I
that were
think.
in mint condition, you can sell those for $1,000 now.
There you
Right. Well, boys, with that being said, I'll probably get out of here. I'm getting pretty loopy and tired, so I don't want to embarrass myself on here,
Hey,
so.
yeah, let's everyone in the chat, give a shout out to Spencer.
Nice.
My
All right,
mom
Spence.
is talking about texting me on the chat. Let's give a shout out to Spencer real quick. He just got out of surgery yesterday for
Hand
some
surgery.
health
Yeah.
issues. Hand surgery.
He did some health issues. Roberts, you are famously animated like the Incredibles, my man. Slim, you are always on something. I tell you, man.
Give him some credit.
All right.
He said, "Are you dealing with some health issues?" Oh man, he'll up nicely, Spence. Thanks for being on the show with us tonight, brother.
It's
Yeah,
nice
appreciate
talking to you
having
guys.
you.
Much
Appreciate
love,
having you,
and-
brother.
Yeah,
much
man.
love, and I'll be watching the rest of it. So,
Absolutely.
peace.
All right, well, let's get this Curry thing off of here. JT, do you want me to land the plane tonight?
Yes, land the
I'll
plane,
go ahead and
Mister.
land the plane.
Mister, always passing the rock. You got more assists than Chris Paul right now.
Look, my mom loves you more than she loves me. Look at that. Look at the chat.
Well, one, I'm more handsome unofficially. You know what I'm saying? That was a biased statement. But
she wanted me to say, "Go Cyclones" and "Go Rams." Per my dad.
go Rams.
She sent me
All
a
right.
picture. Hold on. Oh, mom's coming in the chat. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. With a picture of these shoes. I can't show these shoes on air, Mom. I don't have this graphic uploaded. I'll send this to you guys.
What kind of shoes are they?
They're
No, we need to know.
No, they're Curry 11s. They're actually kind of fire. They look like cycling shoes. I don't know if I can. I don't know if you can see it if I pull it up on my phone like that. Yeah, that ain't
We
gonna
cannot.
work.
No.
That ain't gonna work. Yeah, sorry, Mom. I'll send it to him behind the scenes. With that being said, this is Friday Night Live on the Self-Made Sports Network, brought to you by Self-Made the Label Music, as always presented by Hybrid Promotions. For Young Bakes and for Irby JT, I am Slim. We hope y'all have a good night. We hope you had as good of a time as we did.